Hey guys, we got a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Customer says check engine lights on and it's running rough. Let's see what's going on. All right guys, pulled the codes. We have a P0302 with a cylinder 2 misfire. It's not running rough right now, but I went to the onboard monitor data and looked at the misfire history. We got to the misfire history right here. We got cylinder 1, there's no counts. Cylinder 2, you can see there's 80 counts on this cycle. There was 90 on the cycle before it. 3's got nothing going on. 4, 5, 6, it's got nothing going on. On these 360, cylinder 2 is underneath the intake manifold right here. So this intake manifold is going to have to come off. There's all 3 cylinders, 2, 4, 6 is right here. 1, 3, and 5 is on the other side. Whenever we do these, to try to figure out what's going on, we normally swap coils from a different cylinder. This one's underneath the intake, so we would have to take it off, swap coils, put it all back together. Typically what we like to do is change all 3 coils on this side at one time, because that's a smart move. It'll save you money from having to remove the intake manifold again. But it makes it kind of a little bit harder to test. So what we're going to do on this one is once we get the intake off, I'm going to run a compression test. I'll ohm out the fuel injector, make sure it's good. And then if everything checks out, we'll go back together with a tune-up. The customer is at 100,000 miles on this one. So this one just kind of makes the most sense. All right, now we got our upper intake removed. You can see our ignition coils right here. Normally what we do is we take an ignition coil and swap it to the other one to see, but obviously this side was underneath the intake, so we couldn't see if the misfire would move cylinders. So we're going to run a compression test on it while we have all of them out. Now you can see why this side is a little bit more difficult to get to. Got our multimeter, got it set to ohms right here. I'm gonna start with ohming out the fuel injectors, make sure they all read the same. You can see that they're all around 12.5, 12.7, which is typical. So we know electrically the fuel injector is good. Gonna run a compression test. All right, we got a compression gauge hooked up. Gonna go crank on it and see what we got. All right, so we got about 150, 160 on compression. That should be more than plenty enough. We'll compare it to the other cylinders, and we'll run down all the cylinders. All right, we've got 140 on that one. All right, so I'm going to cut the compression test short because we know we have good compression on it, and I just spent probably 45 minutes trying to get this adapter out of that hole. So I know compression is good. I'm not going to waste any more time trying to go do the rest of the cylinders with this adapter. Now, since newer vehicles like this have ignition coils, they have a boot, so instead of a spark plug wire, you get an ignition coil boot, and we use that for this remaining side. All right, guys, finished up with the tune-up on this one. There's no misfire showing right now. I'm gonna go drive it, make sure everything stays all right. This little adapter that got stuck during the compression test is a perfect example of any little job that should be relatively simple, it turns into a big ordeal. Took about 45 minutes to get it out. Ended up having to get this Torx bit because no socket would fit in there, and just having to jam it in there just like that, hit it with a hammer. Luckily, I was able to get this to rotate because no other adapter would get it out. So got them done just in time for the weekend. Y'all have a good one.